Damon, the whole name is?
Damon Cicero Scott.
All right, this is good news. We just heard some music.
Yes.
But what we haven't heard is all the good that this man shares with the world.
Yeah.
And start off on 86th Street.
Okay. As modestly as possible, I started performing at 86th Street, you know, because I started getting a very good response from the people at 86th Street, which is one of the reasons why it's one of the main stations in the whole city that I love to perform at. And some things started happening. I mean, if you're there long enough, you know, things happen. There's this old saying that says, if you go to the barbershop enough times, you will eventually get a haircut. So while I was on 86th Street performing, one day earlier than usual, an older gentleman, in fact, was staggering after he got off the train. Now, I didn't know if he was going to fall, so I was ready to catch him at first. But then he went on up the stairs, headed up to the second level to go outward. So I said, okay, well, he'll be all right. Next thing I know, maybe 3 minutes, maybe 4 minutes later, I hear a scream come from the other end of the platform, like the downtown end of the platform. And immediately I ran down to see what was going on to either help out or protect some lady. And lo and behold, she was screaming to stop the train because there was a man who had fallen onto the tracks. And I immediately snatched off my drum, left it where it was. I totally abandoned my bucket in my original position with money in it and ran to help this gentleman get off the tracks. I went to the other side, which was the Bronx-bound side, grabbed him, brought him back over to the Manhattan-bound side, kind of propped him up on the platform, and two gentlemen who were on top of the platform at the time assisted in pulling him up. And then I, you know, threw my leg up there and jumped up, and some lady said, "Oh, here comes a train." And it was like 10 seconds, she said, by the time I kind of got on the platform to the time the train pulled in the station. So a little harrowing situation there, and hopefully, you know, I never have to do anything like that again. You know, I wasn't scared to death until I thought about all of it afterwards. But when I did it, I was just, you know, out of gut feeling to do. And then at 86th Street, I've had some beautiful things happen. I was having a very bad day one day, even had broken into tears, I guess you would say, after a song, and some lady just walked up and dropped $100 in the bucket. You know, things like that are what reinforces my understanding of life and the goodness of people in this world. This is the good news, is that we are still here. We are still good people, and we are still up on the face of the earth. This place is not an evil place. It's not going to be burned or blown to hell, because there's still good people in it. And good people, I was going to say earlier, is the part of the universe that helps it move. There are two sides. There's polarity. There's good, bad, right and down, up and down, in and out. You know, you have these two polar sides, and one won't exist without the other. Dark won't exist without light, you know, and so forth and so on. So there'll always be good, there'll always be bad. But the good news is that the good is still here. And so we do good every day. Any donation or contribution that people give me, as you heard me say, I will donate 10% of anything that I get from any event that we do. I will take 10% and donate it directly to the Salvation Army. Also at DamonCScott.com, there is a Salvation Army button in which you can click onto and donate what you choose, oblivious to anything that I would know about on my website. So in other words, unless you wrote and told me that you donated, I wouldn't know. But the button is there so that you can help out for other people who need help. They're homeless, are hungry, there are children who are suffering under parents who are inadequate to take care of them, and not of a fault of their own, just, you know, deterioration in life and things of that nature, and our environment as well as our economy, okay? So we won't have to go too deep into that, because that's not good news. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is what we do. This is why I'm here talking to Paul about good news because I'm a good news guy. Speaking of good news, I watch the news every day, and there's not much good news. I kind of believe that that's why Paul has a show called Good News, because he got tired of reporting so much bad news. There's good news in the world. There's good people still in the world, and we still do good things. All right? Let that be a lesson to you.
I'm with you. We're matching whatever you did
Hey,
there,
man.
As a company as well.
Excellent.
And the Salvation Army
Thank
is dear to us. We helped to raise some money after Katrina.
Excellent.
And our donation went to the Salvation Army.
Excellent.
So
Excellent.
it's all good. Thank you so much.
Thank
and
you.
we'll just keep it on going, man.
Absolutely.
And we'd love for you to come back and do more with us.
Absolutely. And hey, you guys keep the good news going. I always say a smile can prevent any problem. Make sure it happens. God bless you. Have a good day.
All right, Damon. Thanks.
All right.
All right.
That's it, my